A seemingly ordinary thankfulness set off a tsunami of public opinion. Chinese-Canadian Hollywood actor Simu Liu returned to Beijing for Mid-Autumn Festival, and one line, that in China I can still live a relatively normal life, sent the comments section into meltdown. Some said he was doing PR, others said he was being sarcastic. While the whole internet is still shaken by the Menglong case, this sentence looks more like a mirror, reflecting the absurd reality of China's entertainment industry. Here, living normally has become a luxury, and daring to tell the truth has become a risk. From Hollywood to scenic spot stages, from Shang-Chi to the re-employment of mainland and Hong Kong stars, a chill of the times is spreading across the Chinese-language entertainment world. Don't miss the next drop, subscribe and enable the bell. Can you believe it? One line, thankful that in China I can still live a relatively normal life, threw Hollywood Chinese actor Simu Liu into the eye of a public opinion storm. Beneath that line, the comments turned into a bloodbath. Some praised him as sincere, some scolded him as sarcastic. And others sneered, "Do you know how Chinese people have been living lately?" Bear in mind, just days earlier, the whole internet was shocked by a local actor's mysterious fall to his death. In that climate, Simu Liu's thankfulness sounded more like irony. On one side is thankful to live normally, on the other is normal people don't even dare to speak. Today, what we want to talk about is not a war of words, but this: why has a normal life become a sensitive phrase in China? Speaking of Shang-Chi's lead, Simu Liu. This Canadian-Chinese actor went back to Beijing with family for Mid-Autumn Festival, and a few casual photos set the whole web ablaze. Guess what he said? Grateful that I still get to live a relatively normal life in China. Sounds like a very ordinary sentence, right? Don't underestimate those words. Public opinion instantly boiled over, and the comments turned into a battlefield. Why? Let's unpack it. First, let's restore the timeline. During the October Mid-Autumn holiday, Simu Liu visited family in Beijing. He happily said it was his first time setting foot in Beijing in 15 years. The photos he posted were homely enough: a picture at Tiananmen, a check-in shot at the CCTV building, the family smiling like flowers, just typical tourists. The issue lay in the caption, those English words, grateful that I still get to live a relatively normal life in China. That sentence lit the fuse. Some said it was heartfelt, some thought it was veiled sarcasm, others said, he's riding political heat. Netizens summarized three mainstream interpretations, each quite interesting. Let's take them one by one. View 1, famous in the West, unfamiliar in China, a celebrity's normal headache. Many feel Simu Liu's remark is simple, a sigh over the lack of freedom in a star's life. In the West, he's a big star. Shang-Chi shot him to overnight fame as Hollywood's first Chinese superhero, $430 million worldwide, 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Walking down a Los Angeles street, he'd be recognized without sunglasses. Eating out, shopping, taking the kid out, he has to disguise himself. He can't keep a low profile even if he wants to. But in China? Since Shang-Chi never released there, we'll get to why many people don't recognize him. This time in Beijing, he could eat hot pot with family, take pictures at scenic spots, no crowds, no paparazzi, long-missed ordinary life, naturally something to be grateful for. In other words, this isn't politics or sarcasm, it's a celebrity finally catching a breath. For Simu Liu, it may be the first time in 15 years he could be a transparent person in a crowd. Behind that line is an industry common ailment: the greater the fame, the less the freedom. View 2, commercial calculus, paving the way for Avengers 5. Another camp is more pragmatic. They think Simu Liu's words weren't so innocent. Don't forget, Shang-Chi got blocked in China not only because of themes. In that bus fight scene, the driver's shoulder patch shows 8,964, too coincidental to be coincidence. Add Simu Liu's earlier interview remark about his parents fleeing a society of fear in communist China, which got him labeled insulting China. Result? The film was pulled from release schedules, and Marvel iced out of the China market. Now Avengers 5 has just finished filming, and Shang-Chi 2 is in the works. China's market is huge and lucrative. Hollywood wants back in. Some say this thankful line is PR, a signal to Beijing of "I know the rules," and a probe for Marvel. If you want to release in China, you'd better understand politics. View 3, a veiled jab at the darkness of China's showbiz. Some look deeper. Standing in the West, accustomed to a relatively freer film environment, seeing China's recent string of bizarre industry events, Lu may truly feel that being able to live normally is already a luxury. Especially the recent Menglong case, which once again touched the public's raw nerves. The 37-year-old costume drama heartthrob fell from a building in Chaoyang, Beijing, on September 11, 2025. Officials called it an accident, but rumors swirled online, controlled by his agency, refusing the casting couch, violence and coercion, even more outlandish versions linking it to elites and a mysterious sacrifice. Netizens dug up Xiao Renliang's case from years ago. In 2016, officials likewise said depression led to his death, but rumors about sacrifice and control still simmer. Some even match birthdays, dates, and fate charts to construct eerie coincidences. True or false, such rumors reflect one thing: the public no longer believes in normalcy within showbiz. Too many young actors' strange deaths, too many buried inside stories, make the circle feel like a bottomless pit. From this angle, Simu Lu's relatively normal life may indeed be a sigh. Filming in the West is tiring but freer. In China, many actors struggle to live like a person. A lightly phrased gratitude may hide deeper reflections on system, industry, and fate. Whether you like him or not, this post sparked discussion because his backstory is unusual. He wasn't a capital-backed pretty boy made overnight, nor a silver spoon second-gen celebrity. His rise was built step by step by himself. Let's rewind the camera. How did Shang-Chi go from a fired accountant to Marvel's first Chinese superhero? From self-promoter to Marvel lead. Don't think Simu Lu got Shang-Chi by luck, his story is downright inspiring. Back in 2014 he tweeted at Marvel, half joking, "The Thor movies are great. When are we getting an Asian superhero?" Unexpectedly, that tweet got Marvel thinking. By late 2018, Shang-Chi was greenlit. Lu seized the moment, resurfaced the old tweet, and added, "Hey Marvel, shall we talk Shang-Chi?" That self-recommendation got him a screen test, and he beat out fan-fave names like Eddie Peng and Daniel Wu, becoming Marvel's first Chinese superhero. A textbook case of pitch yourself. Scholar to star, from accounting to action lead. Lu isn't just a pretty face. Born in 1989, he emigrated from Harbin to Canada at age 5, studied accounting at Western University's business school, and joined Deloitte, only to be fired 9 months later. That became a turning point. He threw himself into acting. From 2012 he took small roles. In 2016 he broke out with Kim's Convenience, and was named one of Hello Magazine's 50 Most Beautiful Canadians. In 2021 he graced the cover of Men's Health, the second Asian after Jet Li. He's also physically gifted, Taekwondo and Wing Chun from young, early work as a stunt performer, with credits like Resident Evil, Apocalypse and Heroes Reborn. That skill made his Shang-Chi fight scenes truly pop. Parent story, look-alike memes, and a sensitive number. Beyond Lu in the title role, Shang-Chi boasted Tony Leung and Michelle Yeoh, yet the film triggered a sensitivity storm in China and never saw a mainland release. One source of controversy, a 2017 Canadian interview in which Lu said, "My parents told me about growing up in communist China, many died of starvation, it felt like the third world. Canada was a dreamland, freer and better for kids." Years later the Diba official account dredged it up, boom. Nationalist trolls blasted him for insulting China, saying he'd long considered himself Canadian. Others defended him, talking about your parents' stories as insulting China? That standard is absurd. How did he respond? He neither caved nor clashed, posting a positivity-filled message. Western media ignore that we've gotten huge support from all over the world, including China. Media try to pit us against each other, but he sees people's kindness and empathy. Fans can't wait to see the film and make history together. Social media has both positive and negative, you find what you look for. Thanks to Chinese and global Marvel fans, we love you. A masterclass in soft over hard, sincerity and inclusivity, diffusing controversy while holding his ground. If that was serious, the next flap was comical. After the trailer dropped, sharp-eyed netizens said Lu's younger self looked like a certain leader's youthful version. The memes flew on X and Weibo, posters were photoshopped into the young Winnie story, and jokes claimed Lu's superpower was carrying 200 gene of wheat uphill without shifting shoulders, riffing on a classic tale. Funny as it was, in China's sensitive climate it likely added another stumbling block to release. To make things worse, when the film hit Disney+, a tiny detail torpedoed any chance of a mainland run. In the bus fight, the driver's shoulder badge bore the red number 8964, the sensitive 1989 date. Social media exploded. This Easter egg is savage. No way this screens in China. Even so, Shang-Chi soared globally. Premiering August 16, 2021, amid a tough pandemic environment, it grossed over $430 million worldwide, one of the year's standout superhero films. On Rotten Tomatoes, critics gave it 91% fresh, audience score hit 98%, cross-cultural appeal fully on display. Rumor has it Shang-Chi 2 will add time travel and the Kunlun mystic realm. Lu and Awkwafina will likely return, with a new Iron Fist heroine joining. Fans are eagerly waiting. We'll leave Simu Lu's story there. Viewers, under China's monolithic public opinion environment, do you think his Beijing trip could open a path for his next projects to re-enter the China market? In an industry winter, mainland/HK stars re-employ at scenic spots. If Simu Lu's grateful for a relatively normal life was a casual sigh, the reason it resonated is that it perfectly poked today's reality of China's entertainment world: economic downturn, film TV winter, resources skewed toward traffic idols, and fewer opportunities for non-traffic actors. More artists must pivot to survive, some doing food delivery on the side, some starting street businesses, some accompanying tourists up Mount Tai. Many flock to live streaming, more simply step into the crowd as scenery at tourist sites. Over the recent Golden Week, many Hong Kong stars re-employed themselves, appearing at mainland scenic attractions to perform their classic roles, becoming a peculiar landscape. For example, 62-year-old Kong Hua took the stage at Guangdong Romance Park, reprising TVB's The King of Yesterday and Tomorrow role as the dashing Emperor Yongzheng. This time, clad in dragon robes not on a set but singing and dancing on stage, he interacted with tourists up close, taking photos and offering blessings. He has said in interviews that TVB hasn't called him for ages. No invites for big productions, being Yongzheng at scenic spots at least lets him scratch the acting itch. He's not alone. 79-year-old La Karing donned the Tang monk robes from A Chinese Odyssey at Hangzhou's Songcheng, cheerfully intoning "This poor monk arrives." Li Kuoklun played Jamozi at the same park, Lam Chunin played Emperor Taizong at Guangdong Romance Park, Derek Wan also sang and danced there. Even 56-year-old Yvonne Young joined the scenic spot performance wave, interacting with audiences on stage, her smile as sweet as ever. Mainland actors joined, too. 70-year-old Ko Jinhai revived the stern Lu Jianhua from Romance in the Rain at a Shanghai attraction, singing and dancing as tourists crowded to watch. The most active scenic spot actor is Xing Guilin, who plays Emperor Taizong across Xi'an, Hangzhou, and other sites. With a costume change and a pose, the imperial aura is dialed to the max, basically a full-time period drama emperor. These scenes look lively but feel bittersweet. Faces once red-hot on the silver screen have become live billboards in tourist parks. Former leads now rely on nostalgia to make a living. No wonder Simu Lu's relatively normal life sounds bland yet piercing. In an industry winter where everyone is just trying to get by, so-called normalcy may already be the most abnormal luxury. Dear viewers, actors are ordinary people too, earning a living by their skills to support themselves and their families is fair enough. But, as a buffer valve, do you think scenic spot performances are a long-term solution?